Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Lucas, you are already cracking down on employers who discriminate against American workers in order to hire illegal immigrants as workers instead. Can you give us some examples of these anti-American national origin discrimination cases that you're working on?
Thank you so much. Well, I can't talk about confidential matters. I can talk about press matters that are public. Since 2019, the Commission has recovered almost $7 million for American workers, as recently as a $1.4 million recovery during my tenure as acting chair. And these often will entail a preference for a foreign worker at the expense of an American worker. The victims that we're recovering for are often a broad multiracial group. So we've recovered money for Black, white, and Asian workers. The fact patterns vary. A common pattern that we will see is an Hispanic preference, and it may occur in a warehouse, an agricultural business. And to be clear, the employers are often victimizing the workers that they prefer as well. They view that that the worker may be less educated about their employment rights or more vulnerable to abuse, and therefore they prefer them over the American-born or local workforce. But regardless of their motives, it's still unlawful. So we've really had a lot of success in that space, and I think we have a significant caseload to support more of that.
On that note, the EEOC has been bringing national origin discrimination cases for years to protect groups of workers. And as you said, whether they are Black, white, Asian, or another race, your predecessors rarely spoke up about what they all had in common, which is that they're American citizens. Can you walk me through some of the trends that you're seeing on that front in cases like those, and what motivates that discrimination?
Yeah, it can be found in almost every industry. How it plays out varies. I think that when you look at warehouse businesses, agricultural, manufacturing, it is often Hispanic preference, but sometimes it is another preference for foreign workers. Either way, it is often motivated either by racial bias, the assumption that a particular racial group that you're bringing in of an immigrant will be more motivated than the local white or Black workforce. And sometimes it's motivated by economic arbitrage, the sense that you'll be able to pay them less because at any point you could deport them. We've seen everything from, again, Hispanic worker preference to importing workers from the Philippines that they can, on visas, that they can, at the moment's notice, get deported, revoke their visa, or move them all over the country. We also have seen it in the tech industry in particular with preference for H-1B visa workers at the expense of, again, local workers. So it can come up in both high skilled workforces as well as your frontline manufacturing jobs. It can also come up in terms of company towns where instead of employing hardworking Appalachian workers that are in your local communities, you are, again, importing foreign workers, decimating those towns and creating kind of a captive workforce again. It's a serious problem.
I recently introduced the Restoring Biological Truth to the Workplace Act to protect workers' rights to use single-sex bathrooms and shield them from retaliation by employers when they say things like there are two sexes, male and female, which is common sense. How did the Biden EEOC encourage that type of discrimination, and how are you combating it?
I think this is a place where the Biden administration absolutely weaponized the EEOC. I think the agency has done a lot of bipartisan work in many other areas, but in gender identity, there's a tremendous amount to roll back. The agency exceeded its authority by passing a harassment guidance, which I dissented to, taking the position that essentially abolishing single-sex spaces and preventing individuals from being able to use biologically real pronouns and declaring that that would be harassment. The agency, however, does not have substantive rulemaking authority. We don't have the ability to create rules. That's Congress's rule in Title VII. And my dissent, I think, was recently vindicated. A federal court vacated those portions of the harassment guidance. And we've noted that vacatur accordingly. I won't be able to formally roll back that guidance until we have a quorum. Should I have the privilege of being reconfirmed? Should we have the privilege of having an additional commissioner on the commission? But I am committed to doing that. Wherever I can lawfully comply with the executive order on defending women, I've done so. I think some of it is simply the tone of the top, making clear that it is okay to say basic biological reality. There are men and there are women, full stop.
And you agree Congress needs to do its job and make those protections permanent. The ruling could be simply overturned by the next administration.
That's right.
Thank you. I yield back.
Senator Kim.